So that's the C major scale. And you can see how it applies to music so beautifully using the song We Merry Minstrels, all right? And I tried to make things nice and clear down here. I put the notes on, and hopefully we can remember some of those fingerings. One thing some people like to do is have the PDF file beside them. That way they can toggle in between each song. I put the note names on, but what's nice is that in each measure, you can see we're just descending. C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, just like we just did. Except now we're playing 3 notes per measure because the song's in 3/4 time. So it would be C, 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 B, 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 A, G, G, F, 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 E, 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 D, 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 C. Those notes that are hollow are called half notes, and they go for 2 beats. And that section that has G right here, what we want to do is 2 beats and then 1. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm going to play it through part 1 one more time, just so you hear what it sounds like. 1, and if you know it, you can join along. 1, 2, 3, here I go. C, 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 B, 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 A, G, G, F, 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 E, 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 D, 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 C. That's part 1. And what's nice about this canon is you could just play that part all the way through the whole song because it actually harmonizes with part 2 and part 3. So if part 1's your comfort zone, you can stay there through the whole song when we get to playing it. And I've actually canonized it on the side, so we're all gonna play it together. Part 2, we're going to play some new notes, the high E and the high D, which much like our mandolin chord, the high E is way up on the 7th fret of the A string, and we can play that with our pinky. Then our high D is on the 5th fret of the bottom A string, and we're going to play that with our 3rd finger. And then our C note is now going to be played with our 2nd finger on the bottom A string, and then our B is going to be played with our 1st finger. So that whole little phrase sounds like this. E, 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 D, 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 C, 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 B. Then it's open and normal fingering. 1 and open. So that's part 2. Now, if you've really practiced this, maybe you want to try part 3, which sounds like this. C, C, D, A, F, G, 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 A, E, E, F, F, G, A, B, C, 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 F, D, G, C. That's tricky. That's an advanced part. And it's something you can practice toward because what's nice is you can interlace them. You can play them all on top of each other at any time. So what I'm going to do to demonstrate this is I'm going to actually play a canonized version of it for you. And what's neat is you can jump in at any part at any time. So in the recording, it's going to start with part 1, all right? And I'm going to come in and I'm going to play part 2, okay? And then part 3. You're going to kind of see how it goes. So it's going to start off with part 1, and then I'm going to come in and play part 1 while the recording plays part 2. And then when the recording plays part 3, I'm going to play part 2. So you can see that I'm actually one section of the canon behind the one that's being played on the recording. And what's nice is you can play along at you can join any part anytime. And if all this is way over your head, play the harmony chords, okay? So through the whole thing, you can see strum for 3 beats each measure at the bottom. Part 1 would sound like this. C, 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 B, 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 A, G. You see how the harmony chords go with the notes. So it'll be C, 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 G, 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 F, 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 C, C, F, 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 C, 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 G, 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 C, 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 G, 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 F, 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 C, 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 F, 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 C, 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 G, 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 C. So you might want to play the harmony part when we play it rather than the melody part. You can pick your poison, much like at a Christmas party, all right? So we're going to give this song a shot. This is a new thing that I'm trying, so hopefully it's going to work when I share when I add the song in the background, all right? So what I'm hoping is going to happen is I'm going to be able to play this song in the background, and we're going to be able to hear it, all right? So I hope you'll be able to hear it. And if it doesn't work, we tried. But I did do a test recording before this, and we're going to see how it sounds, all right? Here we go. So I'm going to jump in on part 2. Oh, when it plays part 2, I'm going to play part 1. So you can join me here. Part 1. Now I'm going to play part 2. Now I'm going to play part 3. Now I'm going to play part 1. Now I'm going to play part 2. So that's pretty much how the canon goes. And